Here I see the historical inverse correlation of the dollar and EM equities. Does EM debt have the same historical inverse correlation as it's had of late to the US dollar?
Well, it depends on how intense the currency crash is and the economic decline. So yes, I mean, you look no further than Argentine debt, or look at something where all of a sudden everyone says, wow, they're devaluing the currency and nothing's changing. It's getting worse. So, I mean, yeah, of course, EM credit, EM equity, EM currency, it's all the same thing. I mean, you were in the first quadrant, which is the mecca for most equity markets, for 7 quarters in a row. That's obviously 7 quarters with the lag into the next year. It's 2 years. You could have been long EM, and the charts all look good. But again, isn't that an unnatural act by Hedgeye? At the end of 2017, we said underweight hashtag EM. And again, it was based on our forward outlook that obviously had a market timing component to it, but it was our fundamental outlook that EM was going to pick up stagflationary pressure. Don't forget that EM's inflation readings are coming off cyclical lows, and as the currency goes down, the inflation goes up and real GDP goes down. Okay, I said that quickly, but you should know how that works. It's just like anything else. 1 pitch, 2 pitch, 3 strikes in a row, you're out. If those 3 things happen in EM, they're going to be looking a lot worse than they already look today.
Yeah, it's stating the obvious too. Like a lot of the EM debt outstandings in dollars, so you get that. Yep. Especially the ones that are levered to commodities, and if the dollar has a run, these inverse correlations develop. Then all of a sudden, a lot of like the revenue that the country is generating is going down. They're selling commodities or something like that. Getting their own currency forward. They owe money back in dollars. That can be a feedback loop. That creates problems, obviously, because like when a lot of these countries went to the market to try to raise capital, to entice investors, they have to, it has to be denominated in dollars, so that can create problems.
If you want to read this morning's early look, please read it. I think you'll learn something. Again, this is a more well-rounded. Again, I'm like any human. Trying to articulate my views is a lot tougher than just showing my views. Again, either quantitatively with visuals or otherwise, which we also use words in the early look. There's a lot of teaching points in there. This morning's early look is called Emerging Market Risks, okay? And we go through, there's one sentence right here that answers part of your question. Or I actually asked a couple questions. If I was a super rich dude who had some other guy brokering or running my money, I would ask him, in the face of Hedgeye's April 2018, I'm reading out of the early look, in the face of our April 2018 US dollar bottoming call, are you long of that beautifully synchronized EM, emerging markets, pie chart? Are you? I mean, just answer the question. Is it in your PA? Is it in your client accounts? And moreover, in what currencies do you own EM, credit, or equity? These are super important questions, and people are going to have to answer this. So again, the thing about rich people is that they got rich somehow. You can obviously become non-rich after losing all your money, but the bugaboo of rich people when you're running their money is that they will eventually ask questions if you're losing them money. So again, EM is very much like that. People do not believe during a currency crash in Argentina or Turkey, for that matter, that this is a great place to have your pie chart beautifully allocated. So again, be careful of the pies.